Does video game violence actually make you a bad person? Welcome to That Co-op Podcast, where controller meets conversation. I'm Anna.
And I'm Ed. If you're tuning in on your favorite podcast app, don't forget we have a video version on YouTube at That Co-op Couple, where we play games while we chat.
Today's game is Little Nightmares, a spooky little vibe as we head into Halloween. Today we're reacting to even more wild video game stories that we found on Reddit. If you missed out on our last episode of Reddit Stories, you need to go back and listen. There were some wild ones. We also got some really good feedback on those videos, so go check those out.
Yeah, make sure you leave us comments reacting to these stories too. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these wild tales. Our first story comes from r/relationship advice. My 33 male fiance, 28 female of 4 years is pretty upset with me over a video game I played years ago, and I don't know how to proceed.
Okay.
So, for starters, I am not obsessed with gaming and don't spend all of my free time playing. I don't even own a computer. I'm very much into the outdoors, which is how we met. We have had a good relationship with decent communication, but had our ups and downs like any relationship.
Sure.
The problem started when we were talking with some friends at a lake day. We were being nostalgic and I brought up Nintendo and playing with all the extra accessories like the Power Glove and the Zapper. I mentioned how I was king at Duck Hunt, and I could tell my girlfriend was unsettled by this. She got real quiet all of a sudden. My friend and I kept talking, but the mood seemed off, so we called it a day. She didn't say a single word the entire drive home. I finally got her to open up about it, and she said I was showing psychopathic behavior for enjoying killing animals like that for fun.
Oh my God.
Fake animals in a video game. I honestly thought this was a setup for me getting pranked, but she was adamant that she was actually worried about being with me and that she was in danger.
Whoa.
She went on and on about how it was representative of the real world, and it's just the first step to me acting out. She left, and I'm literally at a loss. Her friends have been blowing up my phone asking what's going on because she won't tell them, just that we had a fight and now I look like the a-hole. This all feels like a nightmare, but I'm very close to just saying F this crazy shit and moving her out myself. Anyone have a better approach?
What? Well, first of all, talk to her and try to reason with her. But what?
I think, first of all, it's Duck Hunt.
Yeah. And also it was like, what, 25, 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Pixelated ducks.
And like, if she thinks it's a violent thing that could like, oh, this is the first step in, you know, in a violent path, and he hasn't exhibited any kind of violence in in their 4 years together or longer, it's like, what? Why would it be a concern now?
If Duck Hunt were going to cause violent tendencies, it probably would have already shown up in your 33-year-old fiance that you've known for 4 years.
If you are really set off by Duck Hunt that easily to go off on a violent tangent,
do not show her Grand Theft Auto.
Right. You have some bigger problems.
This is very like...
that would show early on.
Like 80s, 90s way of thinking, like the classic video games cause violence kind of thing.
Yeah.
That has just been like completely disproven and like untrue.
Right.
It's all incredibly weird. There is a small update. I have a theory because I have read this story that I think you'll probably catch on to. There is a small update. So I decided to speak with her sister about this since we've always gotten along. She immediately told me it was BS and admitted that her sister, the fiance, had told her about an affair she was having. So great. Looks like I'm all ducking alone again. I really hope he wrote ducking on purpose as a good pun.
I'm sure he did.
I hope he did.
I don't know about a good pun, but I'm sure he did that on purpose.
I'll be moving her out this week.
Ooh.
So my theory is that the girl, the woman, having the affair,
the fiance
was having an affair, was probably looking for a way to get out of the relationship.
Yeah.
Heard this story, and for whatever reason, that's the light bulb.
The one.
That's the light bulb that went off and went, oh.
This is it.
Duck Hunt is my
way out.
Yep. Duck Hunt is my out.
Oh my God.
And found a way to try to make him break up the relationship with her My theory is that she probably wanted to come across as a little like outlandish and unreasonable to the point where
they start an argument.
He would end the relationship with her so she could walk away without looking like the bad guy.
Or they just get in a fight and she's like, that's it.
It's over.
That's it.
She was looking for an out.
Yeah.
And she found Duck Hunt.
Oof.
That's my theory. I have obviously no proof. There are some comments, someone saying this, if this is wildly out of character for her, have a conversation about how shooting at a digital cartoon does not make a psychopath.
Right.
If she continues to be irrational, you probably had an inkling that she has extreme overreactions and you have a decision to make. My God, imagine if you played Call of Duty. She'd probably have you committed. The OP responded, I literally brought up modern day video games and she said it was much different nowadays. I feel,
as in much more violent and realistic.
I feel like this is all a ruse for something bigger. We literally just put down a payment on a house and have so much invested together that I wish she would just tell me she's been cheating or something. Obviously, he found out later.
Okay, so he had to have known something was up. I feel like you don't just...
It obviously seemed like this was a very out of character reaction for her. And that's what makes me think this was all done on purpose.
Yes, yeah. But I'm saying like he had to have known something else must have been kind of a red flag. Because even if you had started saying like one thing out of pocket that was weird, my immediate thought would be like, oh, he's cheating. It'd be like, whoa, okay, that was weird. Let's talk about that. But like it makes it seem like maybe there were other things that she was maybe trying other tactics before, like trying to pick fights or like there was just some weird tension going on before that. And then when this came up, he was like, okay, something's up. Yeah.
And that's probably exactly what happened. Just a friendly piece of advice for everyone out there. Maybe don't put a down payment on a house with somebody you're not like legally married to yet. That's a big thing.
I don't know.
Unless you, like, I know that there are couples out there.
Did it say fiance for 4 years or like together for 4 years?
It says my fiance of 4 years.
So they were engaged for 4 years?
I don't know. I mean, I know that's not a particularly uncommon thing.
No. But I'm just saying like that's a long time to be engaged. I'm assuming then obviously there was time before then that they were together. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, this post is also from 5 years ago. Hopefully this guy is in a much better place. Maybe the fiance is in a better relationship where Duck Hunt doesn't have to exist. God, as new homeowners ourselves, I can't even imagine like doing that whole process, spending that much money.
Well, spending that much money on something you don't get back.
Yeah.
You don't get a down payment back, do you?
I don't
Or at least not all of it.
I don't think so, unless it's in like some different contract. But I don't.
Like that's
rough.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Buddy lost a lot of money and a fiance, all because of Duck Hunt.
All because of Duck Hunt.
Video games are violent, kids. Remember that.
Ugh.
What a wild story.
Wow.
But hey, what do you got for me?
Okay, so this is from Petty Revenge on Reddit. The title is, I made my ex think his PlayStation had connection issues for calling me names. When I was 20, I was in a not good relationship. He liked calling me insulting names when drinking. Well, I'm not going to be called a bitch without being one. So on rare occasions, I'd be feeling a bit petty. He would be playing video games. I'd open up the internet app on my phone and click on his PlayStation, then disconnect it from the internet. He would start trying to troubleshoot the issue. He would check the internet router, which would be fine. His phone was still connected. So he would then reset the PlayStation. While it was powering back up, I'd turn the internet access on again so it would boot up and show everything is back to normal. Then, just as he would get the game loaded back up and get ready for a match, bam, disconnected.
This is so much effort.
I'd do that a couple times before putting it back on and leaving him alone. I really got my cackles in when he started questioning the not very frequent but random disconnects with his friends. He never did figure out that it was me causing random disconnects. They were certainly persistent when they happened. He doesn't use PlayStation anymore. And that's the post.
Doesn't use PlayStation anymore.
Yep, a short, cute, sweet one.
First of all, let's get the elephant out of the room. Was this boyfriend?
It doesn't say. There are no
Just
genders
partner?
associated with this one. Yeah.
So someone's their partner.
It said he liked calling me. So
but I mean, like, not husband, fiance. There's no indication that they've tied the knot.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay,
It just said,
so if your partner is drinking, and calling you names, regardless of whether they're curse words or not,
You gotta
run.
go. Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't need petty revenge. You need to find somewhere else to go.
Yeah.
Now, in the world of petty revenge, it's kind of funny.
Well, so
It's a lot of work.
yeah, I don't know. It's just pulling up an app and like turning it on and
guess.
off. Like
I guess.
you could just be on the couch in the other room, just like turning it on and off, kind of like a light switch.
Yeah.
pretty much.
I guess. I mean, that's fair. It just seems like, I guess it is petty revenge. I don't know. You could have done something a little better.
It's a very tame kind of thing, but I'm trying to find the comment that I found earlier. I can't find it exactly right now, but it was something to the effect of like, if they were being violent or cruel while they were drunk, maybe this person was scared and clearly not in a good relationship.
Sure.
Who knows? I mean, they didn't say that anything else happened. It was just like name calling and stuff. But maybe they were trying to avoid a confrontation where something could happen.
But at the same time, if violence is a possibility, I mean, you remember that story from the last episode where the guy rage quitting was hitting himself and hurting himself.
Yeah.
I could see a world where somebody in that amount of rage, drinking, not very completely mentally together, their internet goes down in the middle of a game. The wrong person would be looking for somebody to take that anger out on.
Yeah.
She could have also been setting herself up for some problems.
Yeah, that's true.
She could have been setting herself up, regardless of whether he believed she was doing something or not.
Right.
People in a not good headspace will just do whatever they feel like they need to do to get that rage out. And I feel like she was potentially setting herself up as a target of that rage.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think maybe the first time after she realized that, you know, she could get away with it and he wasn't ragey, it was just like, man, what's happening? And just getting kind of frustrated. Maybe she was like, oh, okay, I could keep doing this.
You're
and, like,
playing with
keep
fire though, regardless.
Yeah, I mean, clearly they made it out okay.
How long ago was this?
5 days ago.
Oh, so she maybe didn't get out of this.
Well,
then.
it says I made my ex.
Oh, okay.
Think his PlayStation
So she
had-
did get out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
I
come
guess
back
that-
later and look and see if there's any updates.
yeah, that's true. I guess I did look that it was 5 days ago, but I forgot about that. Wow.
That's fresh
Yes.
petty revenge.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, as harmless revenge goes, in theory, it's a harmless little prank.
Right.
In not so theory, I feel like maybe she's lucky that it didn't lead to some bigger problems.
Yeah. And it seems like they're out of it and all is good. And they just wanted to have one last kind of jab in there before breaking it off.
Before just piecing out.
For real. But good for them. I'm proud of this person.
Yeah. Good for you for getting out.
Yeah. And for not for taking the high road and being petty, but still safe.
For anyone out there who's in a relationship that is not healthy, please find help.
Yeah,
Get out.
It's so tough though. Sometimes.
Oh, it is tough.
Like,
and people get mentally manipulated into believing certain things, and it's never an easy decision to make, but you are capable of making that decision.
one of the comments says, should have waited until he was winning a match. And they said, there would be times I'd started off by disconnecting while he was in a match, then make it impossible for him to get into another one for like 5 to 10 minutes. He took his COD seriously.
Well,
That's not.
come on, he's a man.
Yeah, that's not. Well,
Real men
an
take
abusive
their
man.
Yeah, real men take their COD seriously. I don't play any Call of Duty, so you make those accusations all you want.
But everyone's praising this person for the one line of, I'm not going to be a bitch without being one. I'm not going to be called a bitch without being one.
That should be on a shirt.
Yeah.
We got to get that on a shirt somewhere, or like a nice embroidered pillow.
An embroidered pillow. That'd be awesome.
Get your grandma to embroider that on a pillow for
And
Christmas.
there is someone who commented pretty much word for word what you said. I'm glad he never found out. Sounds like he would have reacted very badly if he found out, especially if the games were online. They said a lot of COD and Battlefield. I'm glad he didn't find out too. And then they responded again, God, you were really playing with fire.
Yeah.
I'm happy it turned out all right. F that guy.
It doesn't take a lot.
No. Just an excuse.
She is lucky. She got out. Good for her.
Yeah.
She had a nice little piece of petty revenge. She gets to tell a story about online and get a bunch of people to, back her up. And
upvotes.
yeah, oh, heck yeah. That's the kind of stuff people live for on the internet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for her.
Yeah.
And 5 days ago, I hope you're doing all right.
I know.
I hope you're doing okay. friend.
All right, let's go back to one of yours. That was a kind of a short one.
Again, from r/relationship advice, boyfriend, 23 male, still plays video games and watches cartoons.
Okay.
So this is written from the perspective of the woman.
Sure.
In the relationship with this male. This is kind of embarrassing. We met 4 years ago through one of our friends, and back then he would play video games. But I thought it was just a temporary thing and he would get over it when he grows up. Well, fast forward 4 years and nothing has changed. He watches cartoons, literal cartoons, like Marvel superhero cartoons. He always says it's not a cartoon and it's animated. He gets super defensive. It's so weird. Like they play 3 episodes a day at 7 a.m. and he gets up every day early before work to watch them in time. Yeah, you read that right. He gets up early for this show. It really annoys me, and my friends always say it's weird and I'm dating a child. He gets so involved with these cartoons. He remembers all their names and everything. I get annoyed and would tell him to stop watching cartoons and playing video games, and he's now super uncomfortable, which I feel guilty about. I feel like he isn't comfortable around me anymore. He doesn't play games when I'm at home and saves the TV episodes until I'm not at home, and then he watches them. Before, he would tell me about the entire episodes and what's going on in his game. He doesn't share this stuff with me anymore, and I feel bad.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not interested in this stuff, but I miss the storytelling and how passionate he was. I've told him he doesn't have to wait until I'm out of the house to do whatever he wants, but he says he really doesn't feel comfortable and he feels like I judge him. I've tried apologizing, but nothing has changed. What do? I just want him to find something else, like, I don't know, start watching football or whatever it is other guys do.
Find a new girl, dude.
How can I get him to feel comfortable again?
That's so sad.
It is really sad. It is really sad. Like, first and foremost, don't ever judge somebody for the hobbies they have and the things that make them happy. As long as they are healthy hobbies and they're not causing any harm to anybody else, who cares?
Yeah, you're waking up before work and doing something that you enjoy that is quiet and is just for you. Yeah. Great.
You're treating yourself.
Yeah.
We call that self-care.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like it's impacting her at all.
You're waking up early to watch some TV before work. What is wrong with that? Who cares what it is? Who cares what it is? I mean,
and the fact that he would tell her about all the episodes and recap, like he was so
the episodes,
passionate
tell her
about
about
it,
the games
and
he was
so
playing.
Excited to like share that with her, and then she just shut him down.
And now all of a sudden she feels bad that he doesn't do that. Like, girl, that was your fault.
Yeah, do better.
You're the one that caused this to happen. Yeah, I mean.
That's so
You're
sad.
Literally crushing someone's inner child.
She broke him.
Yeah, you're crushing someone's inner child.
Yeah.
You're crushing something that in a world full of awful things, the daily grind gives this man a little bit of happiness and allows him to just think about literally anything else.
She was bullying him.
Oh yeah, this is bully behavior, and now the bully realizes, oh, I messed up. What do I do? But also then she says, I'd be really cool if he just started watching football.
Right. At first I was like, okay, she feels bad. She wants to apologize. But like, then she said, I wish he would just find something else.
I just want him to find something else, like IDK, start watching football or whatever it is other guys do.
What?
I've got news for this person.
Most guys are playing video games and watching quote unquote cartoons. Like,
we're not going to pretend like that's not probably the vast majority of people on this planet.
Yeah.
We're not going to pretend like you can't do those things and also watch football or whatever it is other manly men do. She's choosing to keep this stereotype alive of, I need a man, not a boy.
That's stupid. Because she's asking for advice, I would tell her to go on TikTok or Instagram or whatever and watch women and guys playing and watching and making video game and anime cartoon content, because there are so many couples, obviously us included, who do that together and they're like, this is awesome, this is what we do to connect. Or plenty of people online who maybe one partner is into video games or nerdy things and the other one's not, but they're just kind of there like reading a book or
Right.
coloring or doing something that they like, but like adjacent, and they're both doing their own separate thing, but together. And like, just watch that content, because learn some things from the people on the internet.
Learn what it's like to be a healthy, supportive partner.
Yeah. I don't like this girl.
Because his hobbies don't make your life any worse. You're choosing to be embarrassed.
Yes.
Your friends are telling you
telling
should
their
be.
friends.
You need to find better friends.
No, because her friends are the same as her. Because she's like,
Yeah.
hey, Susan.
Hey, do your boyfriends play video games? And they're like, no, our boyfriends hunt. Our boyfriends smoke and vape like real men.
Ew.
My boyfriend's hobby is watermelon vape.
Ew. Yeah, that's what her friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're.
Yeah,
they're
this
doing.
is the picture I'm getting.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
picture the exact
Yeah.
people in my head.
Yeah.
And I know exactly who these people are, and that is exactly something that would come out. No, my husband works on his car while vaping blue raspberry Jolly Rancher vape.
Ugh,
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah. Your boyfriends are also terrible. Let's just put that out there. Every person is terrible in their own special way.
You're no different.
You know, and
guy.
like and obviously we're two people who very much enjoy quote unquote childish things. If you're
Yeah.
watching the video, you see all the Pokemon cards and Game Boys and stuff behind me. But like, it doesn't harm anyone. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares? If it's something that when I get home from work gives me an opportunity to not have to think about work for a little while, who cares?
And she's not even worried about like the fact that he isn't spending time with her or that it's impacting some kind of personal thing. She just is embarrassed by
Yep.
the things that he likes, and that's so sad.
Yeah. Mostly the comments are all saying exactly the same things we just did.
Yeah.
One of the comments, damn, that sucks for him. Not sure why you're so judgmental of his hobbies. They're totally normal for adults. You sound like the immature one, not him.
Yep.
Not sure how to fix it. You definitely owe him a big show of apology. Buy him some comics, games, etc., and make an effort
Yeah.
to watch them with him or something. Make him feel comfortable again. And it doesn't really sound like she's going to do this because there's some other comments. So my husband is 33 years old and plays video games every day. I love him for who he is. I feel like your boyfriend doesn't feel that from you. That's quite mean of you and your friends to talk about him like that over something as innocent as a cartoon. To which the OP responded, but he's 23 years old watching cartoons.
Oh my God.
Cartoons and anime are not necessarily for kids. Family Guy, American Dad, so on and so on and so on are cartoons kids wouldn't be able to follow. Most animes have extremely mature storylines, gore, and vulgar language. Not for kids.
And even if it was, Marvel's whatever Lego
Yeah, who
adventure,
cares?
like who cares?
We
If
go
that's-
and watch every Marvel movie in theaters when it comes out.
Yeah.
We watch the Marvel TV shows.
If that's how he wants to unwind, as long as it's not like crossing a line or anything, and he's not being, I don't know, weird about, like, if that's just what he enjoys watching, then let the man enjoy his stuff.
Right. Yeah. My favorite comment, dump him. You're not right for him. Give him a chance to go away and move on.
Give him a chance. Yeah, really.
Give him a chance to just move on.
Yep.
If OP is listening to this right now, you're not good.
Straight up, you're not good.
I hope in the 4 years since this has been posted,
Oh, okay, 4 years.
you have either found your man or come around to being able to see that everyone is allowed to be their own person.
Yeah, I
and
hope
it's
you've
okay
matured.
for people to have hobbies. I want to know what her hobbies are.
What's her age? Did it say?
It just-
I'm assuming
no, it
she's
says-
also around the 23-ish
I have to imagine, right?
age.
Yeah. They met 4 years ago. Boyfriend is currently 23. So they probably met, what does that make them, like
College.
18? They
Yeah.
probably met in college, and
Yeah, I hope she finds
she doesn't like the immature
some guy
guys.
who loves college football
Yeah.
and vapes.
And drinking Bud Lights out of his
Yeah.
pickup truck.
yeah.
Listening to country music while
And I hope he finds a nice nerdy girl or partner
he can do way better.
and just have some time alone and
Yeah.
enjoy his and rebuild his love for his hobbies that he was told to be ashamed of.
Yeah. You know what, friend? Go online. You'll
Yeah.
find so many people who support your hobby.
Yes.
You'll make your friends. Do what you want to do. Have fun. Be happy.
We'll be your friend.
Yeah.
I like this guy. This guy sounds nice.
Yeah,
and
4
cool.
years ago, so that would make him
27.
what, 30? Yeah, 27 now. He's our age.
Yeah. Ish.
Ish. Kind of. A little bit.
You're like, no.
Yeah, I don't know. But you sound like a cool dude.
Yeah.
Come over and we can trade Pokemon cards, man.
Oh, that'd be sick.
We'll trade Pokemon cards.
Also
I'll give you
want
my
friends
wheezing
and
for something.
acceptance. Wheezing?
I'll give you my wheezing.
Wow.
Oh, anyway.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Hit me, baby.
All right. This is from Relationship Advice.
Heck yeah.
My 21 female boyfriend, 22 male, won't stick up for me when we play video games with our friends. What can I do to get him to see how hurt it makes me feel and change his actions?
Okay.
My boyfriend Jack and I have been dating for almost 4 years. We've known each other since middle school, but didn't really get to know each other until the end of our senior year. We met through his best friend Sebastian, who is basically my brother due to our parents being close. We have the same friend group since we have the same gaming hobby. We mostly play games with the same people, while others will pop in and out depending on their schedules. We play a team game that requires communication and teamwork. Now, I am usually the only girl and think this is an important detail. I also happen to be ranked the worst at the particular game we play the most, while Jack is ranked the best. Our friends tend to be more in the middle ranked. When we play, I get told what to do constantly. I get called names. If I get upset at all or frustrated, they tell me why I'm wrong. And it's not just trying to help me get better. They sometimes do actually say things to be helpful. I can tell the difference. Jack tends to stay out of it, usually saying he either didn't notice, doesn't want to argue, says to just ignore them, etc.
He noticed.
I'm not a pushover, but when I try to joke with them back or call them out, I get ganged up on, shut down, and left out. They play as a team with each other while letting me be miserable in game. They're not just mean about game-related stuff either. They also gang up on me about other life things as well, like making fun of my chosen profession. Jack says he knows it hurts my feelings. Jack says he knows it hurts my feelings, and he knows he should say things, but just doesn't. I've had the same conversation with him over and over and over again, and he says he'll try, then never does. This happens in the real world, too, with family members and friends as well. What am I supposed to do when he just lets me get ganged up on?
So Jack is the boyfriend.
Yes. Of
and
4 years.
This woman is being bullied.
Yeah.
Now she's saying both in video game and apparently also in real life, right? She mentioned that this is happening outside of the game too.
I can't tell if she means this happens in real world too with family members and friends. I can't tell if she's saying like her family members and friends are the ones ganging up on her and he just stays silent, or if he's ganging up on her. I can't.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, your boyfriend probably should be supporting you a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's just start there.
Yeah.
If you're being bullied in a video game, these aren't your friends.
Right.
This is really what this all comes back to.
Yeah.
Like, oh, me and my friends play this video game and they're not your friends.
No.
If they're treating you like this, they're not your friends. Because she even mentioned it. We're like, there's nothing wrong with a little trash talk. There's nothing wrong with poking fun at people. There's nothing wrong with calling people out when they make mistakes, as long as you in turn can take that when it's warranted.
Yeah.
I have no business making fun of you, poking fun at you, calling you out for things if I can't handle when you do it back to me.
Right. And if they say, hey guys, we need to cool it with the jokes or whatever,
right,
they definitely then will be like, hey, oh, okay, cool, my bad.
Right. A mature person would be like, ooh, okay, I crossed a line. I'm sorry. Yeah. Please keep calling me out when I do this.
Yeah.
And I will do my best to correct that behavior.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep. Not just keep
How old are
going.
these people, did it mention?
It says 21 and 22.
Yeah, so they're still super
early
young.
20s, yeah.
They definitely still have some growing up to do. I don't know that Jack is definitely sticking around as boyfriend material for this woman.
Yeah, especially because she said that she's had this conversation with him many times and he keeps saying, okay, yeah, I'll say something, I'll do something, and then
he never
does
does.
it.
Yeah.
Like
he's trying to just blow it off.
Yeah.
He wants to pretend, because he said, or the OP said, he hears it or chooses not to hear it, chooses not to say anything. It doesn't take much to just be like, hey guys, we need to cool it.
Right.
We're all getting a little worked up.
Yeah.
We need to cool it. This is not okay.
Yep.
He's worried what his bros are going to say.
Yep.
Now we're in a situation where OP feels like she's being heavily bullied by her boyfriend's friends and probably her boyfriend a little bit in turn, because if you don't say anything, you are also part of the bullying.
Oh, absolutely.
You are just as guilty in the bullying. Even if you're not saying anything mean, you're not trying to stop it.
Especially if you're being asked to do something about it.
Correct.
And
you're having a
actively
conversation.
ignoring it.
Hey, I need you to talk to your friends. Yeah. They are mistreating me. I need you to say something. The answer immediately should just be like, I will do it, and I will do it right now.
And now, especially because it's seeping into personal, very personal things like her profession. And it seems like maybe family members and friends are saying things and he's just ignoring it and not sticking up for her.
Yeah.
It's just
if you're not in a supportive relationship and you've given yourself the opportunity to have that conversation and see if any of that behavior can be corrected, girl, it is time to move on.
Yeah,
find new friends, find a new game. I want to know what the video game is.
I know it doesn't say. This was 10 months ago.
A team game like an Overwatch or something, maybe.
Yeah, or like I don't know if Among Us is ranked or anything like that, but
no, it definitely sounds like an Overwatch or a Call of Duty or something. I'm sure there's team modes for that. Oh, yeah. But it definitely sounds like an Overwatch kind of thing to me.
There are only a couple comments on this. It says they sound like a bunch of sexist, childish bullies. I wouldn't play
a bunch of watermelon vapors.
That should be a new term.
I'm gonna make it a new term.
I wouldn't be playing any more games or hanging out with them anymore. Your boyfriend is also an a-hole for seemingly having zero issues with his friends demeaning you for a laugh. He doesn't care. Is this really the guy who turns you on? No one responded to that, but I got 2 upvotes, and then someone else said, sounds like you're typical gamers. If you can't handle gaming, don't play.
See, that's the thing too. Don't say typical gamers.
Right.
You're gross too.
Right.
Sounds like you're typical gamers. If you can't if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. No.
If someone is saying, hey, I don't like this, and then nothing is happening, that's just bullying.
Because I also think that's a bad stereotype too. I bet the vast majority of gamers in this world are fantastic people that would absolutely shut that down in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You hear the stories about the people who like get on game chats during Call of Duty sessions and say horrendous things because that's the stuff that gets the clicks.
Right.
That's the stuff that's going to make you go viral.
Kids on the internet or very young people and not young people on the internet who they're really being hidden behind their screens and they're not being held accountable because they can't really. So they just are saying whatever. That's not a typical gamer. Those are just assholes.
The typical gamer, I feel like, is a really just
it's an excuse for assholes.
Yeah.
It's an excuse for people who are not good people. Yeah, it's just
a true gamer is a very, very good supportive person.
Yes.
And just wants you to enjoy the video game just as much as they are. And it doesn't matter if you're good at it, if you're bad at it, as long as everybody can agree to have a good time, then we're all in a good place.
Yep. Luckily, that one got 2 downvotes. And then the OP commented, it's not just in games, it's in person too.
Yeah.
So it sounds like this person is just, both they're quote unquote friends, and this boyfriend is just not they're not good for this person.
They're not okay
at all. So hopefully You
said this was posted how long ago?
10 months ago.
10 months ago. I hope OP, you have found a new group of gaming friends. We'll be your friend. We'll get the guy from the last story.
Yeah, let's
get
form
you
a group.
Together.
Guys, get in.
Guys, everybody
we're
just
gonna be nerds together.
I do not play any Call of Duty or Overwatch, just so we're clear. But man, I got a Vile Plume for you too. I'll give the guy
and a Vile Plume.
Wheezing and a Vile Plume. I'll give those to you. And we can be friends. That'll be a sign of my friendship. Is we'll just give you some Pokemon cards. I don't know. We'll just pull open a game. We'll play some Mario Kart together. Yeah. Let's just be friends. Come be our friend.
And be nice to each other.
Yeah.
And just maybe smooch.
Probably smooch a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I totally forgot to do this last episode.
I know, I noticed that.
But I do want to continue to recap some gaming news that has happened over the last couple of weeks. Not a whole lot going on. I think it's a kind of very slow part of the year. Even with some of the holiday releases, there's not a whole lot going on. But Pokemon Legends ZA released this past week on the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2. This will very likely be Pokemon's last major release for the Switch 1. Because I'm sure they're going to start phasing that out because Nintendo wants to sell Switch 2s. Yeah. And Pokemon is one of their flagship franchises. If you're like me and you're a lifelong fan of Pokemon and the lore surrounding the games, you will definitely want to play this game. If you're a fan of video games that look and play like they were made for this decade, I suggest you find something else. I'm about 12 hours into the game, just so we're clear. I'm not done with it yet, but the most honest review I can give it is that it is in fact a video game, and it does in fact have Pokemon.
Well,
my opinion is subject to change when I finish it.
oof.
Pokemon fans, you're welcome to come at me in the comments and tell me I can't criticize something that has been part of my life for almost 25 years. Again, look what's going on behind me and tell me I don't like Pokemon. I dare you. Fans of Sony's Horizon Zero Dawn franchise will be happy to hear that a live-action movie is slated to release in 2027.
Another one of your favorite games.
Yeah, I love Horizon Zero Dawn. The movie was first announced earlier this year, but plans are now officially in place to start filming in 2026 with a 2027 release coming soon-ish, I guess. So be on the lookout for that. I didn't see anything about any casting or anything like that.
I feel like either way, it's going to be ripped apart.
Well, it's hard. I mean, the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland, I've never seen, but all I know about it is that it wasn't really that good.
Yeah.
Video games just tend to not translate well into movies. I think The Last of Us did a really good thing.
I was going to say.
And I think they're kind of the outlier.
Well, I was going to say, even though The Last of Us was a successful show, there's always going to be hate surrounding such a big fandom of something. You know, the casting of Ellie, everyone really shat on Bella Ramsey. It's just whoever they cast as Aloy, they're going to be under fire.
That doesn't look like Aloy.
Yeah.
That's not the Aloy I know. Yeah. Well, you don't know Aloy.
Because she's
not real. You don't know who Aloy is because she's not a real person. Anyway. I love Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
One of my favorite games of all time. Outer Worlds 2 will be released on October 24th for the PS5, Xbox, and PC. I've not played the first game, but all I know about it is that it's an incredibly loved game. People seem to love it. I don't know much about it. Someone's going to have to let me know if I really do need to make the time to play it or not, because the sequel's getting ready to come out next week. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake will be released on October 30th for PS5, Xbox, Switch 1 and 2, and PC. I did play Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake. Super pretty game. Very fun if you're into like turn-based RPGs. I think this one will be worth checking out at some point as well.
Nice.
And honestly, that's about it. There's not a whole lot else to go over. We're in a pretty quiet section of gaming right now.
The calm before the holiday storm.
And even though, like, I looked it up, there's not a lot getting ready to come out. A lot of the big releases aren't coming until like February, March of next year.
All right. Is it your turn, I think?
It is my turn.
Alrighty. Go for it.
I'm going to go straight to r/am I the devil.
Whoa, okay.
And if you're not familiar with that, basically what happens is someone posts in a subreddit like, am I the asshole? And someone then will make a decision that you are such a terrible person.
You're not even the asshole. You're just Satan.
That we are going to repost this all the way up to Am I the Devil?
To satanic. Okay. Wow, okay.
And it's all about the title. Because right away, you know.
Okay.
How can I force my postpartum fiance to sleep on a bed she hates so I can play video games?
Ooh,
yep.
Okay.
We'll just let the credits roll there. We'll just let the credits roll there. My favorite thing about this is the little flare, the little tag that gets put at the top is asshole from another realm.
Wow. This is already giving watermelon vape.
Oh yeah, he is a watermelon vapor if ever there was one. Why can't my fiance just sleep in bed with me? I, 27 male.
I can think of a couple of reasons already.
You smell like watermelon vape. I, 27 male, sleep in the bed with our baby in the crib in the same room. My fiance, 22 female, has slept on the couch the past 5 to 6 months. We've been together for 3 years. So they've been together since he was about 27 and she was 19-ish. Sorry, 24 and she was about 19. Wow. And now they have a 1-year-old child. She says the bed hurts her back and the couch doesn't, and wants me to buy a new mattress when this one is less than 2 years old. She was just fine sleeping on the old 10-year spring mattress before we got this new one, when she knows we had to scrounge up the $250 for this one in the first place.
$250 for a mattress?
One of those Amazon ones.
Listen,
probably.
I'm sorry, but no wonder she's hurting. Yeah. That's not going to be a good mattress. Mattresses are expensive.
They are expensive. And imagine how much your body has changed since giving birth too. Right. Like now, anytime I can't sleep, I have to sit on my phone in the room and risk waking up our baby instead of just playing games on my computer in the living room.
Oh my God.
We have a small 1-bedroom apartment, so not much room to put it anywhere else. How can I possibly get her to sleep in the bed with me and still let me get alone time in the living room when I can't sleep? Yeah. This is a doozy.
Wow. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
this person they're not together.
Yeah. Step 1,
I
stop
don't
playing
know.
games in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Because that's not healthy either.
No.
If you're having trouble sleeping, there's a lot of other ways you can help that situation than
Right.
getting up and flashing bright lights into your face. That's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah.
Sorry to spoil anyone who does that. Step 2, make sure the person who birthed your child
The mother of your child
is comfortable. And if that means the couch, it means the couch.
Right.
Like, if she's happy on that couch until you guys can figure out a better situation, fantastic.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I mean, who knows how much your body has changed since giving birth.
Yeah, I can only
Postpartum,
imagine.
I'm sure you're dealing with a lot of physical issues that your
Yes.
body is trying to correct.
Yep.
You will never be the same again.
Nope.
And I think it's perfectly reasonable that a $250 mattress just isn't
cutting
doing
it.
it for you. Like,
And-
I feel like out of all the things in the world, a mattress is something you don't skimp on.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, yes, mattresses are expensive, and it sounds like they're pressed on cash, but at least maybe start budgeting for something.
Correct.
Like, make an
Right.
effort to show that you're trying to come up with solutions and say, hey, we don't have the money for this right now, but we start saving a little bit more. So put in that effort to show her that, like, you are trying to correct it.
Yeah.
But yuck! What a gross post.
Yeah, and there's some comments that said, like, they found similar stuff this person has posted in other subreddits. And it sounds like at one point, I guess they were both working, and now she's a stay-at-home mom and they have a little less money to deal with. Welcome to being a parent.
Yeah.
If you knew the financial problems, take a little more action to make sure you don't have kids.
Yep.
If you weren't quite ready for that, I mean, $250 on a mattress, $250 is a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
We're not going to pretend like $250 is not a lot of money. But if you're saying you had to scrounge up $250 to buy yourself a new mattress, you probably shouldn't be having kids. I don't think video games are your problem here.
Yeah.
Now, you are a problem if you're just like, why can't I go in the living room and play video games? My wife's in there. She's comfortable. Okay. Great. She's comfortable.
Yeah.
You are the problem. I don't know if this is like, am I the devil?
I don't
worthy?
think, I was
think,
waiting for
again,
something, not that this is good, but I was waiting for
No.
something like really, really bad.
This is definitely the story of an asshole.
Yes.
And it's definitely the story of a watermelon vapor, for sure. But I don't know that you're necessarily, without more to this story,
Yeah, sure.
I don't think you're necessarily
The devil.
I think, unfortunately, you are the same as so many other men on this planet
Yeah.
that just assume that I don't have to take care of the baby. I can just do this.
Yeah.
Because one of the other comments basically quoted him when he wrote it. Now, anytime I can't sleep, I have to sit on my phone in the room and risk waking our baby. You don't have to sit on your phone.
No.
Just lay there.
Yeah.
And you'll go back to sleep at some point. I have to sit on my phone. Translation, if the baby wakes up, he has to go and see what his own child needs rather than leave it for his fiance to deal with.
Yep.
He wants the fiance in the bedroom so when the baby wakes
Yeah.
up, she can take care of it.
Yeah.
And he can say, oh, well, I can't sleep. I'm going to go play video games. You're not a good dude.
No.
You are not a good person.
Let the woman sleep. She's housed this child for 9 months. Let her sleep.
She pooped out a baby.
Yeah.
She is allowed to sleep wherever she wants for the rest of her life.
Yep.
And you don't get to say too much more about it, friend. You just need to realize that it is your responsibility to help take care of that child and to help make your family comfortable. And that doesn't mean you don't get your moments to be comfortable too. That doesn't mean you shouldn't get your moments to play video games, but just deal with the fact that it's not going to happen in the middle of the night when everyone else is sleeping.
Yeah.
If you have sleep issues, go find yourself some melatonin. Call of Duty is not going to fix your sleep issues. Watermelon vape is not going to fix your sleep issues. This is just going to be an ongoing thing now, and I'm all for it.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy's awful.
Yeah, that's rough.
Awful.
Wow.
Hit me, baby.
Okay, this I was contemplating.
Whoa, it's a long one. I'm looking over at your screen.
This is only half of it. Look at this.
I don't have my glasses on, but I see paragraph blur after paragraph
and that's
blur.
why I was contemplating whether I should do it or not. I will try to skip over some stuff. The reason why I wanted to do this is because it kind of hits home a little bit, and I'll explain after
this is
I
where
read the
she
story.
breaks some bad news to me.
No. So the it's coming from Petty Revenge, and the title is "Stole My Game Boy Color, Lose All of Your Pokemon." So it's I read a post about a middle school bully, and it reminded me of this story when I was a kid. When I was around 10 years old on my birthday, my parents who worked overseas gave me a Game Boy Color with my very first game, Pokemon Crystal. I loved the game so much that I brought it everywhere I go, including school. Whenever it was recess, I just stayed in the classroom playing away. Although my school allows students to play electronic games during recess, sometimes my teacher gets annoyed with me for not doing physical activities and told me to go outside.
My school never let me.
Out of respect, whenever I was told to go, I just went. I was a very obedient student. Fast forward to the last day of the year before our summer break. Although we don't do any work on the last day of school, we still have recess. And again, my teacher asked me to go outside. After recess is over, we have a very important farewell activity. So I have not played my Game Boy until school is over. After we finish our activity, we're all going home. And when I'm home, I realized that my Game Boy was not in my backpack. I panicked and asked my grandma to drive me back to school. But when we did, the school was already closed and no one was there. I cried. I called, apologized to my parents right away, and told them that I'd lost their present. They did scold me, but they knew that I took great care of the device, so they sent me another one with the same game. I was so appreciative. I know. I was so appreciative of the new one that I put a little more security in it. I tied a lanyard around the loop and wrote my name on the device, as well as coloring the top of the game cartridge with a permanent black marker so it's identifiable.
Sick.
I also promised them that I will not be bringing my Game Boy to school ever again.
But let me guess, he brought his Game Boy to school again.
Fast forward to the beginning of the year, and as soon as I entered the yard of the school, I noticed that a couple of students are in the corner playing their own Game Boy. I'm no longer the only student in school that has the device. However, I noticed something peculiar. One of the students' game cartridges is translucent light blue with a black top. I was suspicious, so I quietly walked behind them, and I noticed that he was playing Pokemon Crystal. I immediately recognized the student as one of my classmates in the previous grade. I called his name. When he turned around, he was extremely surprised to see me behind him. His face shows guilt. He stood up facing me and immediately hid his device behind his back. I immediately confronted him and outed him out in front of everybody that he stole my device. He pretended not to know what I was talking about while he was gathering his stuff to enter the building. I followed him until he went to his class, which is different than mine.
Jeez.
At least now I know which class he's in. When recess was called, once everyone was outside, I immediately snuck back into the building, and he recognized the backpack, so I grabbed it and went to the restroom to execute my petty revenge. I know that I will not be able to take the device back. If the device is missing, I know that he will report me as the thief, and I will be caught immediately. Since that's not an option, I settle on the next best thing: delete the saved file. I proceed to open his save file, and he actually made amazing progress. He caught Suicune and the elusive Entei and Raikou, as well as Ho-Oh and Lugia. What's more impressive is he also has the 3 legendary birds, Mewtwo, and the 3 starter Pokemon from Red Blue. He's been doing some tradings. Well,
Buddy's been working hard.
Well, I started a new game with the character's name as Payback. Push the start button, select the save version, and when it asks if I want to overwrite it, I select yes. It's done. I had erased all of his progress throughout the whole summer. Moreover, if he owns his own Red Blue, he has to start the game all over again to obtain all of the starters as well as the legendary. I put it back in his backpack, entered his classroom, surprisingly the teacher's not there, and left his backpack where I found it. The result was hysterical. Moments after the recess is over, my name was suddenly called over the intercom to come to the principal's office. When I was there, I saw him crying his eyes out while pointing at me with incoherent words mid-sobbing. The principal asked if I have anything to do with this game. I played dumb and told him that I have no idea what was going on. He was blaming me for erasing his game progress, and when I asked asked, why would I erase your game? He went quiet. He knew I checkmated him. He then proceeds to get up and walked out of the office. After a few seconds, I was dismissed as well. He avoided me like the plague throughout the time I was still in the same school as him until I was brought by my parents to come to live with them in a different country. However, I couldn't get the device back because apparently he's smart enough to not bring the game on the last day of school like I was. Oh well, it at least was a great memory.
Dang. So this was, how old were they when this happened? They were, that had to be elementary school.
It said middle, when I was
Middle
around
school?
10 years old.
Okay, so late elementary. It's good revenge.
Oh yeah,
We're not going to pretend like that's not like
this kid had a plan.
Ideal. For a 10-year-old, I wouldn't have thought to do that.
No.
I wouldn't have thought to do that.
Absolutely not. This was very well planned. And then I kind of skipped over, but the fact like he knew to go to the other kid's teacher and like he was able to kind of trick his way in to go to the classroom while the teacher was in the room.
Yeah, this kid is going to grow up to like rule the world one day.
Yeah, either
this
that's
kid
a great
is an evil
play
genius.
or it's one way or the other.
This kid is an evil genius and I support him. I appreciate that the kid seemed like he was very honest with his parents. Hey, messed up. I lost it. Shout out, parents must be filthy rich.
Yeah.
If they live in another country.
They were like, okay, I'll send you a whole console overseas.
Here's a new Game Boy. Here's a new copy of whatever Pokemon game it was. And have fun, kid. Just don't, I won't bring it to school again.
Yeah, one user said, I like what your parents did, to be honest. Everyone can't afford to buy a second console after getting a first one, but you seemed quite responsible for your age and they scolded you but didn't punish you hard and you learned your lesson alone.
Yeah, I mean, a good parent would be like, hey, you're honest.
Yeah.
You're not trying to hide it. You're not trying to lie your way out of it. If you've come clean, you realize you made a mistake. A good parent, I feel like, would be like, even if we can't afford it right now, we'll replace it when we can. Shout out to the kid that came up with that evil plan, because he's right. That is a lot of work.
Yeah.
That is hours of work through multiple Pokemon games to get those things.
Probably the entire summer.
Probably was just for a 10-year-old.
Yep.
For a 10-year-old to do that, yeah, that's the entire summer. I applaud this kid.
The reason why
that is good petty revenge.
It's good petty revenge, but this story reminded me of a story that happened to me when I was in middle school. Not it's adjacent. It's not. I unfortunately didn't get petty revenge. It was kind of the opposite. But I had a bully in middle school. We were sat near each other, and they mentioned that they liked Pokemon or something about it came up like Pokemon Blue or something like that.
Yeah.
And in hopes of like befriending this person and like trying to get them to stop bullying me, I was like, oh, I actually have another copy of Pokemon Blue, because I think in one of our first podcast episodes, I explained that like my brother and I both had separate copies. We had one, we had one like device, but multiple copies. Yep. So I gave this kid my copy of Pokemon Blue
just to try and mend a bully.
And nothing came of it. Like there was he probably was like, oh sweet, and then like that was it, and then nothing changed.
This idiot just gave me a free game.
And it had our initials on it. My parents wrote our initials on it.
Could you imagine how wild it would be to like find that years later in like a retro game shop or something? Could you imagine how just absolutely wild that would be?
I still think about that game because I'm
we
like, what
go
an
find
idiot.
Some game shops
I gave
in
this
Pennsylvania.
Idiot kid like a now very expensive
valuable game. Yeah.
And I had all my progress on it. I didn't erase the file because I was just like, here you go. Yeah. Hopefully you won't bully me anymore.
The kid from this story is way smarter than you were.
Oh yeah. I wasn't about petty revenge. I was just like, here you go. Here's a gift, because I think that people are good.
Now full circle moment. You should find somewhere to post that story on Reddit. And then we'll read it back in one of our other Reddit story episodes later and see what all the comments say about that.
They're probably gonna be like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Yeah, you stupid girl.
But see if like maybe somewhere out there that bully is gonna read that Reddit post and we could reach that guy and he could write you a whole Reddit comment. It just says, I'm so sorry for the way I treated you. I still have the game. I would like to give it back. We could have a full circle moment.
I don't want to talk to him.
Yeah, but you can.
He's probably still gross now.
Yeah, he's a watermelon vapor.
Probably. He looked like one in middle school in 6th grade.
Guys, we need your help making that a new term. Please make that a new term. I think we have time for one more story.
Cool.
This is a story I think deserves to be on Am I the Devil?
Whoa.
But it is from Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
For grounding my daughter by not bonding with me on gardening. I, 47 female, live with my husband and my youngest daughter, 15. My oldest daughter, 20, no longer lives with us, and I feel a bit lonely since she used to be my partner. We did everything together. We liked the same things and we were best friends.
Oh boy.
I love my youngest daughter equally. Oh, you don't.
I could
You've
already tell that you don't.
you
I could already tell you don't.
I don't have a favorite child. If you have to type that out, you 100% do. But it has always been difficult for me to bond with her because we're too different. My youngest daughter clearly prefers my husband, given that just like my oldest daughter, they are best friends. They do everything together. They like the same things and they often bond over games, music, and anime. I've tried to bond more deeply with my daughter, but I don't understand her tastes. And when we're alone, she hardly ever has anything to talk about. My husband doesn't see it as a problem. He often says each parent with its own daughter, but it doesn't seem right to me. I recently decided to build a garden and asked my daughter to help me, as I often bonded with her sister on gardening. She said no right away, but I forced her anyway. I thought it would be a beautiful afternoon laughing and chatting, but it wasn't. She complained all the time that the dirt was gross, that the sun was going to burn her, and every time I turned around, I saw her using her phone. At one point, I got bored with her attitude and said, if you dislike this so much, go and leave your mother alone. She went back into the house.
Great.
I thought she would come out in a few minutes and she would apologize and we could start over, like in the movies.
Oh my God.
But an hour passed and nothing.
Right.
I walked into the house and saw her in her room playing on her computer. I got mad and grounded her without games for a week. She wasn't even sorry she left me alone and called it a waste of an afternoon, which hurt me. My husband defended her by saying that if I really knew her, I would know that she doesn't like outdoor activities and that I should have tried to bond by doing something she likes instead of forcing something that I like on her. He also accused me of trying to turn her into a version of her older sister and of trying to take his daughter away from him.
Oh, well,
now
okay.
they're both against me and give me the silent treatment. So am I the asshole?
Wait a second. Okay, now that at the end, both parents don't have healthy relationships.
Everyone sucks. Yeah, both adults suck in this situation.
Yeah, that's weird.
You are automatically causing problems for yourself when you as a parent type out, say out loud, whatever, the word that your kids are your best friends.
I don't know. Obviously we're not parents. I can see, it did like kind of creep me out sometimes when I would see that, like, oh, my son or my daughter's my best friend. But it's like, yeah, I guess you pooped them out. Like,
sure.
And they love you and you're with them all the time and all this stuff. So I can get that. However.
But if you're with your kid all the time, you as a mother would know that your daughter would not like what you were trying to do.
And I was going to say it's clear that she is trying to make this other daughter the one that she's trying to change this other daughter and forcing things upon her, which is not good. But I don't like the approach of the dad being like, oh, well, you should have known that this is gonna, because I think it's a fine line of like, as the parent or any person, guardian who's looking after a child, like it's normal for the mom to be like, hey, I want to bond with this child. Of
course, yes.
I don't think she was wrong in quote unquote forcing the kid to do something with her, but I don't know. It's tough because I'm not a parent, but like if I saw that they were miserable and I would have maybe said like, okay, this clearly isn't for you, this isn't working, what would you like to do?
And there it is, like, hey, do you want to try gardening with me? No. Okay. What is something you and I can do together?
Yeah.
Even if you as the parent don't enjoy yourself, you as the parent also need to understand that you're trying to make it about your kid.
Yeah.
And hopefully that when you see your kid being happy and enjoying themselves, regardless of whether or not you enjoy the activity, you are now enjoying that moment.
Yeah.
You're enjoying the fact that you gave your daughter an opportunity to enjoy herself.
If it was specifically for bonding, then yeah, I think it was the wrong approach. Because I mean, we've all kind of came into the situation of like your parents are asking you to do something and you don't want to.
Right.
Or especially like as a family, let's do this thing together. And you're like, ugh, I don't want to do this. But
Correct.
You kind of have to, and you're miserable the whole time and whatever. But like if the whole point was to bond, and then there should be some kind of compromise there, or take turns and be like, I want to do this. And then maybe next time we could do something that you want to do, or
Right.
like, I don't know. I just think it was, and the fact that she was like, okay, well, if you don't like it, then go inside. And then she got mad at her daughter for going inside
That
and not
shocked
coming
Pikachu face.
coming back. It's like, yeah, you gave her an out. You gave her an excuse.
And then she
What?
didn't come out like
Right,
in the movies.
because you told her to go away.
Yeah,
Like,
you literally told your daughter to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so comments. Basically, the consensus was this mom is the asshole.
yeah.
Dad probably is a little bit too.
Yeah,
just so
that
we're
also
clear.
isn't healthy.
It sounds like we're trying to play favorites and compete kids against each
Yes.
other. And both
And
parents seem like they're
are
doing
competing
that.
as well.
Yes,
and
both
it's just,
parents are part of the problem.
That's not good.
So you ask her to do something she doesn't like. She declines. You force her and somehow still think that it'll be a good time knowing that you forced her. Then when it's not, you snap at her, ground her for doing exactly what you told her to do, and you think she should be sorry. Everything that you did is wrong.
It wasn't a good approach.
It's a lot. This person is clearly not handling things correctly.
Yeah.
She very clearly does have a favorite child,
Yes.
but so very clearly does dad.
Right.
And neither one of that is okay. But it's
I think it's normal. I think it's normal for kids to bond
take after
with
their parent, bond with one or the other.
Yeah. And that's fine. I think it's just not healthy when the parents are kind of competing for that and
Correct.
taking sides of kids.
When
and
the
kids
dad
taking
now
sides
says
of,
you're taking his daughter away from him.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's also gross.
That's weird. Because then does dad not like the other one? Like,
right.
it's just
the implication is
I don't
you
know.
have your daughter, I
Yeah.
have my daughter. Let's just stay away from each
Yeah,
other.
it's not. That's not.
That's not family.
what family is about.
That's not family. Vin Diesel would
I
not
was
approve
literally
of that.
just about to say, ask Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel would not approve. I'm positive of that he would not approve. You don't get to dictate who your kids are.
Right.
Back in the day when you were in school, you hear about like nature versus nurture.
Sure.
Chances are being in an environment with your parents, you will naturally probably grow to like a lot of the similar things that they like. I am positive that I really got into music and playing music because my dad played music and I was surrounded by instruments and him playing music all the time. Mm-hmm. I don't think I would have done that had that environment not exposed me to that opportunity. Mm-hmm. So naturally, it makes sense that if the mom is a big gardener, it makes perfect sense that one of their kids would also then in turn learn to like that part of life.
Yeah.
It also makes perfect sense that if dad likes anime and video games, that would rub off on somebody too. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But you can't force your kids to be someone that they're not.
Well, this is a good example because I was actually thinking of the opposite of what you said, because I am not at all like my parents for a lot of reasons, but they're very sciencey smart people, and I got into music.
Yep.
And I am not a sciencey smart person in the mathematical sense, but they were super supportive and they helped me get lessons and drove me to festivals and concerts and all this stuff. And
you actually probably taught them and helped them enjoy music a lot more as a result of that too.
Yeah. And
you
so
rubbed off on them in a nice way too.
yeah, but they recognized like, oh, okay, she's not into gardening. She's not into sciencey things. I can't even think of a science
Chemistry.
thing. Yeah, chemistry,
She doesn't like chemistry.
or whatever science things that they do.
She doesn't like science things.
And they were like, that's fine. So we're going to figure out what she likes and then support that and go to her concerts and do things that help with her interests and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's like a good example of what this parent could have done of like,
Yeah.
oh, you like
video games?
video games, you like anime, let's go to a store and like get,
hey, let's go to a convention together.
yeah, or anything like just something to reach out to get on her level a little bit.
I think this story deserves to be in Am I the Devil a lot more than the last one that we read that was in Am I the Devil.
Yeah, either way, I don't think anyone's the devil here. I think this is just...
I don't know. Both parents really sound like they're
They're not great. I don't think these parents are awesome. However, no, you're right. They're dumb. But I don't think they're the devil. I think it's just like, you're just not great.
But overwhelming consensus that she is at bare minimum an asshole.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, she definitely is. For sure.
Minimum.
For sure.
Bare minimum. Who knows what difference of opinions we might have if ever the day comes that we become parents.
Yeah.
I would like to think that this would not be us because our parents didn't do this to us.
Yeah.
We don't have that trend to continue.
Yeah.
My parents would have been supportive of whatever I chose to do. My parents were super supportive of me playing games as a kid. As long as I got my other stuff. It was like, hey, your homework's done.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do with your free time.
Right.
Hey, you got a good grade. You're doing what you need to do to set yourself up for success into the future. I don't care what you do over the weekend. Mm-hmm. You do whatever the heck you want to do. Obviously, there was family stuff involved. And every kid has to go through the like forced family stuff.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to sit on the couch and watch a movie with mom and dad, whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. At some point, you're going to go out to dinner with mom and dad and aunt and uncle, whether you like it or not. I would have much preferred being at home playing Pokemon Crystal on my Game Boy than going out to Red Lobster with my parents.
Yep.
But there's a difference between doing those forced family things and a parent trying to turn you into somebody that you're just not.
Yeah. Yep,
and
I agree.
You can't try to turn people into what they're not, even if they are your kid.
Yeah.
Even
punishing them.
And punishing them for liking other things and walking away when you straight up told them to go away.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, go away.
Okay. How dare you go away?
You went away. The movies told me you'd come back.
Yeah, the movies. What a weird thing to put in there. Like the movies.
The mom was outside the window.
I know. It's not a boot. Yeah, what?
Like playing a song or something. Like,
weird.
Yeah.
This person's weird.
She needs to go away.
She has a weird husband.
Weird husband. I want to know what the oldest daughter is up to. She's out of the house. Good for her.
Yeah.
That unfortunately, this youngest daughter, I mean, this was 4 years ago. She's 19 now. So hopefully she's also out of the house now. Hopefully everybody's just in a good place.
To turn their kids weird and
man,
yikes. Alrighty.
Man.
Well, we're going to wrap it up on this episode of That Co-op Podcast. We hope you enjoyed listening to these crazy stories.
If you liked hanging out with us, hit that follow or subscribe button and like the video if you're with us on YouTube. Every bit of support helps more people find the show.
And I do want to say, like, if you are listening and especially if you know us personally, I've had some really great conversations with people over the last couple of weeks of like, hey, I really like the podcast, or like I listened, and it's like, as much as I love those conversations, like please put them on socials or like somewhere, or I don't know.
YouTube loves comments.
Yeah, or we want to create a community and a conversation of like all these nerdy things where we can find like-minded people. So if you're already having those conversations with, like, we want to find other people.
I'll give you an Alakazam.
Yeah.
What else do I have here to offer you?
We got so many things.
I've got a Slowbro. Do you like Slowbro? I'll give you one of those.
And even if you don't know us, like, we just comment something. If you hate us, comment it down below.
Tell me you hate me. That's okay.
What?
I just ripped into Pokemon like half an hour ago.
Yeah. Tell us all the things, because we do want to start a community and build that community, because we know there's people who do listen, and we're thankful. But we want to hear from you. We will be back in 2 weeks on November 4th with episode 6, where Ed shows me one of his favorite games of all time, and I give my thoughts and reactions.
Thanks for gaming with us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.